The Weeknd performs.
Yep.
And everybody's thinking this entire time. Did you guys think artists got paid for doing a halftime Super Bowl? I thought they did. Did you? Paul, did you?
I thought they made like $1 million.
I thought they made some kind of money. So apparently, every performer that performs during Super Bowl halftime show never gets paid. Beyonce, Bruno Mars.
They get scale, Pat.
I mean, scale is like not that much money, though. You're not talking about like $1 million or $10 million. Can you check to see if Michael Jackson got paid for a halftime show? Because if Michael Jackson didn't get paid, he was like the king, right?
What year was he doing the Super Bowl?
Long time ago.
1990.
Yeah, that was a while back when he did it. So Beyonce to Bruno Mars have essentially worked for free. Despite selling out stadiums on world tours, most halftime A-listers are reportedly paid union scale, which is a fraction of a 6 or 7 figure sums. They take on the reg. According to Forbes, it's usually worth the underpaid label for these stars, since they could get as many as 104 million set of eyeballs on them at no cost to them. It usually ends up to a big spike in sales. For example, last year's halftime performers, J-Lo and Shakira, collectively sold 21,000 song downloads, an increase of 893%. Abel, Weeknd, spent almost $7 million of his own money beyond the already generous budget to make his halftime show be what he envisioned. $7 million, a rep for the star told the Post. So what are your thoughts? Good idea, not getting paid? They should get paid. What'd you find?
First of all,
who's that?
Michael Jackson.
He asked for $1 million, a seeming bargain, but the NFL did not pay its halftime performers, a policy that remains. Wow, good for the NFL. Good for the NFL and good for Michael Jackson, but good for the NFL for not paying $1 million, and they took a stand. Yeah, that's eyeballs you got there. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the last sentence you said, Abel, which is the Weeknd's real name, spent $7 million of his own money beyond the already generous budgets that they make for the halftime show.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would insert the word invested $7 million of his own money rather than spent, because it's all about ROI. And I'll give a case example. Patrick Bet David, host of the Bet David podcast show. Did you know who The Weeknd was before the Super Bowl?
No clue.
You had no clue who he was.
I knew two of his songs.
Boom.
But I had no clue
There's
who
my
he was.
point.
Yeah.
You when I first moved to Dallas, this was
You
May,
told me
May, June.
he's a level below Michael Jackson with no dance moves.
I said he can sing like Michael Jackson. He's got the moves, but he doesn't have the moves like Michael Jackson. But the point is, you did not know who The Weeknd was.
No.
But you were playing his hit song "Blinding Lights" on repeat over
For a month
and over
straight, probably,
and
yeah.
over and over again. And Pat said, "I have no clue who The Weeknd is."
What I did know is the fact that he was the guy that did a face surgery, which was all fake.
Yes.
It was all a publicity stuff leading into this.
Of course.
Brilliant move, by the way.
And he had all the bandaged people dancing around like they were zombies in Thriller, reminiscent of some Michael Jackson stuff. But even Pat, who was listening to Blinding Lights, literally on repeat, like I remember playing ping pong and the song would just...
There's no question.
Boom, boom.
Go,
Still had no clue who The Weeknd was, even though you listened to his song. So it just shows you can have a hit song and nobody knows who you are. Pat, do you know who The Weeknd is now?
No question about it. And
you know
by
exactly
the way,
who
I got to tell you, man, in my opinion, but some people are like, oh, he sucked, his performance wasn't this. I thought it was amazing. I was literally entertained.
Yes.
And you could hear his voice, because, sometimes in these types of things, AV's off, the sound is not really good. You're singing where you're like, I can't really hear you sing that well. I thought he crushed it. I thought the setting was amazing. I thought the set was amazing. I thought the performance was amazing. When they walked on the field at the end as a player, I was a little bit ticked off. I'm like, listen, man, if you create one little, divot where I can trip over, and the guy, instead of getting a first down, you get a third down.
Well, that's probably why Kansas City Chiefs got crushed. It was all The Weeknd's
zero
fault.
touchdowns. But I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
So you're saying the investment of $7 million of his own money was a good idea?
I'm saying,
it's
listen,
a lot of money right there.
I'm saying number one, not getting paid, completely understandable now. Look at the eyeballs. It's free marketing. It's publicity. It's everything.
I mean,
that
this
you would
thing
want.
says 21,000 song downloads. That means you made $21,000.
Okay.
What 21,000 song downloads means what?
7 million, yeah. Not sure.
What, Paul? What does 21,000 song downloads mean at 99 cents?
Oh, that's one song, though.
I can't do math that fast.
Okay, so listen. Now you're talking about The Weeknd, who maybe, let's say 50 million people knew who he was. I'm just making an example. Now, 250 million people know who he is.
Not that big of a number, but let's just say it's 75 million.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Stage-wise, what is a bigger place to perform as an artist than, like, say, Super Bowl? I mean, there's only been 47 Super Bowl performers.
That's the number one place to perform.
Only? You really want to know? Here's what it is. World Cup Finals.
Okay.
World Cup finals.
But is it the same level of?
And they don't even do entertainment like
Yeah.
Super
No,
Bowl.
they don't. They don't have.
They don't have because
Yeah.
it's short interim, boom, they
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a chance, so I would say probably
It's the biggest show.
it is the biggest show. Is it bigger than Olympics opening? And
There's
closing?
nothing
Yep.
bigger than
But
the
there's
Super
There's
Bowl.
nothing bigger than the Super Bowl halftime.
And the Olympics.
That's
and the
why
Olympic
Roger
isn't
Goodell
a
makes
one-person
40 million a
thing.
year
Yeah.
and got a private jet and health insurance for the rest of his
And
life.
it's a legitimate worldwide audience.
So you're saying the $7 million was worth Weeknd spending the $7 million?
Absolutely. He's a household name
Do
now.
you think he set the tone for everybody else in the future to also spend a part of their money, or no? You think this is just like a one-off
Again,
thing?
I'm using the word investing, not spending. This is an investment in your
$7
career,
million
in your
bucks? Yeah,
notoriety.
Beyonce didn't need to do that. She was already
Yes.
a world.
Everyone knew Beyonce. She didn't need to do it.
So Weeknd is not a Beyonce yet.
No.
Okay.
But
he's probably.
put it this way, Pat.
He's probably-
You didn't even know who The Weeknd was. You definitely know who he is now. No, probably your whole family knows who he is.
Yeah.
If The Weeknd goes to a concert here in Miami, you might now even take your family. Oh, I know The Weeknd. Now he's making money. Now he's making revenue.
Mario said he doesn't
Yeah.
listen to the Weeknd Monday through Friday.
That's true. That's
That was
true.
a joke. That was a Mario
Oh,
joke.
that's
If you-
guys. Mario's stand-up
If you
act is
only
coming
knew
soon to
Mario's
Valuetainment.
joke, listen, I would tell you, any comedians in Florida, hang out with Mario for one night, you will at least get 10 jokes from Mario.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
You may have the audience walk out, but you will get 10 jokes
Yeah.
from Mario. Okay. All right, so you're saying it was worth the $7 million.
Kai, what are your thoughts on this?
So I'd just be curious about what he spent compared to other people, other halftime performers, and if the budget is lower this year than it is other years, given that there's with the audience less people watching ads. I mean, we've talked about ads pulling out, so maybe there's a lower budget, and then he made up for it. That would be something I'd be curious about.
What is the qualification like? Who votes for it? I wonder, like, who says this year we're using the Weeknd? Like, how do you
It's
campaign
the
for
NFL.
that? Is it the NFL?
headquarters, yeah.
But I wonder, is it a campaign or is it a, hey, Weeknd, you got the spot, it's you? Like, how does, you know how you lobby to say we want the Olympics to be in such and such country? How is there a form of lobbying for it?
I'm sure there might be slight lobbying. You know, agents are always, that's their job, but it would be a similar process to, you know, kind of how we choose.
Do you think a part of the $7 million is the money he paid to the NFL to be the halftime show guy? Like, do you think, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It might be.
you understand what I'm saying? Because
I
that's
see
where
where
I'm
you're going
going with
with
this,
this,
where
yes.
it's like, hey, NFL, I'll give you $3 million. Let me do the halftime, and NFL's like, okay, we'll take another $3 million.
I don't think the NFL needs $3 million.
Okay, all
But
right.
I mean, to put it in perspective, I see where you're going here, sort of with the conspiracy theory on the Weeknd here. I mean, let's look at
on the
not it's not that serious, but like let's look at past performers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. Has there ever just been one singular performer, just not named Michael Jackson, who just performs by himself? Like, think about it. Shakira and J-Lo performed
That's a good
together.
point.
You had Maroon 5, a whole group.
Very
they brought
good
on like
point.
the Rolling Stones.
Very good
You
point.
brought you had
Whitney
Justin.
Houston, I think,
she
performed by
sang the
herself.
national anthem. I don't think she was the performer.
Yeah.
You had Justin Timberlake with Janet Jackson. He ripped off the titty. That was a famous thing. Respect to that. But just even Bruno Mars had his whole crew vibe, the Bruno Mars cast or whatever, the All Stars. Just the Weeknd, one dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. I'm sold. Listen,
yeah.
I'm with you. Good for him.
Conspiracy theory.
Good
but
for
let's-
him. So he there may have been something going
Prince,
on there.
2007.
By himself?
Yeah.
But Prince is Prince.
Beyonce, 2013.
That's another Mount Rushmore.
New Kids
Yeah.
on the Block, 1991.
That's not.
NKO
that's not-
Adam, check
TV
that
hanging
one out.
tough.
It's the same
Wait,
Jason.
New
Wow.
Kids on the Block, 1991?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Black
That's
Eyed
huge.
Peas, 2011.
Okay.
But you had Fergie, you have Will I Am, you got the other two Yahoos.
This
That's
is
a whole
one
group.
guy
You got
on
the
the-
Florida A&M Band, 1971.
Florida
FAMU? FAMU? Respect to FAMU if you're a FAMU
Diana Ross,
Rattler.
1996.
Respect.
Okay, there you go. Diana Ross, 1996. by
U2,
herself.
2002.
Okay, you're talking Beyonce. Beyonce is the modern day Diana Ross. I mean, people forget, like,
Yeah.
she was the Beyonce of the 70s, I want to say, 60s.
Okay.
But
All right,
The
we'll give it to
Weeknd
you.
just went from, yeah, I kind of know that guy. He's pretty big, to, Mount Rushmore music status. Right there.
Super Bowl drew higher TV ratings in Boston and Tampa. Plenty of Patriots fans still love to watch Tom Brady. According to our end, I don't know what you have over there, Boston generated a rating of 57.6, which means 57.6% of all the TVs in the market were turned to the game in Boston. In Tampa, that number was 52.3. There's only one TV I care about.
What's that?
Bill Belichick. I just care if Bill Belichick's
Yeah.
TV was turned on. The 57.6 rating in Boston surpasses the rating generated there for all but one of Patriots' Super Bowl appearances, which is quite frankly an amazing outcome. So Boston, even though they lost Brady, they still love the guy.
Well, of course.
And even Patriots sent a tweet afterwards giving him love when he won, which was a classy move done by I'm almost certain that was Bill Belichick because he's a big tweeter. I can almost see that happening. So what do you think about this?
So I have a theory about this. I think part of the reason is that when a team is winning and you create a dynasty, there's more followers. A lot of casual fans don't care about sports unless you're winning.
I can see that.
And Tampa, I don't know when they won the Super Bowl last, but it's been
Warren Sapp,
2004,
okay, long time ago.
Okay, no, 2000.
That's a long time ago.
2002, yeah, 2003.
And I mean, with the Patriots, they've been in what 9 Super Bowls since 2002. So obviously, you have a lot of casual fans that then start jumping on the bandwagon, so to speak. And I think now that even though he's left, there's still football fans in general, and then also obviously that he was basically born and bred in Boston.
I mean, you have 19 years versus 1 year of a track record, right? So you have 19 years of rooting for Brady versus in a COVID-plagued season, somehow the GOAT ends up in the Super Bowl, and you're a casual Tampa Bay fan, and you might watch the Super Bowl. But let's not forget, the level of sports fans. And we'll use a story from this past weekend. You go to Green Bay, for example. What are you doing on the weekend? You're watching the Packers play.
No
straight
question.
up. I mean, you're in New England in the middle of winter. You're watching Tom Brady play. We walked into a sports bar in Miami this weekend, and it was pretty funny. And it was Pat, his kids. You guys showed up, and we were getting lunch. We were hungry. It was a packed. Shout out to my boy Rudy, who runs Top 42. Alex Rudolph down in Miami. Free commercial for the Top 42 crowd. Go get the hot plates there. But the point is, the place is packed. People are celebrating birthdays. It's a level up on Yard House. And Pat goes. I asked the waitress. I go, this place is pretty packed today.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, our bottomless brunch. Da 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 da. And Pat goes, but don't forget, University of Miami is playing VTech in basketball. I go, Pat. Dude, there's nobody here watching a random college basketball game in Miami. He's like, really? That's not why people are here? I go, no.
See, and we're in Miami.
Yeah, we're
University
in Miami.
Of Miami is playing Virginia Tech. It's tied 72-72.
Yeah, it's going into like double overtime.
They should
I go, Pat.
It's not Bama football.
And I looked around.
Yeah.
Literally
no one was watching the screen.
Yeah.
I said, Pat, we're in Miami. There's nightclubs. There's you can go jet skiing. You can go anywhere you want. You can do field trips. You can go to the beach. Nobody's sitting around watching a random college football game.
Did you indirectly take a shot at the folks in Boston? No. What was that movie? Was it? I don't know what movie it was. If it was Ben Affleck if it was Good Will Hunting, where Ben Affleck tells what's his name? Matt Damon. He says, "Man, I'm so sick of the women in Boston. I got to leave this place." I think there is a line there somewhere. I don't know where it was.
Yeah.
And he wanted to leave. So yesterday I was talking to Nicholas Ingram, who's a sniper. Okay, and he has 33 confirmed kills.
Irving.
I'm sorry, Nicholas Irving, who has 33 confirmed kills, is what he has in a span of like 90 days or 100 days. Pretty intense, all in Afghanistan,
3 or 4 months.
Yeah, 3 or 4 months. And I said, "What city are you in?" He said, "San Antonio." I said, "How do you feel about San Antonio?" He says, "I can't stand it." I said, "Neither does Charles Barkley." Charles Barkley always takes shots at San Antonio. So today, New England, I just want you to know, Adam Sosnick, Adam, Adam Sosnick, if you want to make sure you send him a message, the fact that he took a shot at Boston, you can reach him.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen.
Sauce talks money.
Sauce talks money. Listen, if you want them smart and pale, go to Boston. If you want them dumb and tan, come on down to Miami. So I'd like something maybe in the middle. So there we go. I took a shot at both cities.
Okay. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.